UN Security Council to renew arms embargo on South Sudan amid growing concerns over regional interference. New York, the United Nations Security Council UNSC is set to renew the arms embargo on South Sudan as the conflict-stricken country continues to grapple with instability, violence, and unfulfilled peace commitments. The renewal signals a tougher stance by the international body, which has also expressed readiness to enforce the embargo more decisively than before. The embargo, first imposed in 2018, was designed to stem the flow of weapons into the country and to pressure warring parties to commit to peace and disarmament. While the embargo has been extended multiple times, critics argue that enforcement has been weak and that violations often by neighboring countries have undermined the intended impact. One such violation has come under fresh scrutiny: Uganda's unauthorized deployment of military forces into South Sudan. Reports indicate that Ugandan troops crossed into South Sudanese territory without prior notification or approval from the United Nations Security Council, which oversees the embargo framework. This act has raised alarm among diplomats and human rights groups, who see it as a breach of international protocols and a destabilizing intervention in an already fragile situation. Uganda's uncoordinated military involvement is deeply concerning, said a diplomat close to the Security Council discussions. Not only does it violate the spirit of the embargo, but it also contributes to the fragmentation and militarization of South Sudan. Analysts argue that Uganda's actions, whether motivated by strategic interests, border security, or other bilateral concerns, have had the unintended consequence of worsening tensions in the region. By introducing foreign troops into South Sudanese territory without transparency or international oversight, Uganda has, according to critics, contributed to the destruction and delay of peace in South Sudan. South Sudan remains in a fragile state despite the signing of the revitalized Agreement on the Resolution of Conflict in the Republic of South Sudan (RARCSS) in 2018. Sporadic violence, intercommunal clashes, and political gridlock continue to plague the country, while the formation of a unified national army, a key pillar of the peace deal, remains incomplete. The renewal of the arms embargo is expected to include stronger language on enforcement, as well as mechanisms to monitor violations more closely. Some council members are also pushing for targeted sanctions against individuals and entities responsible for breaching the embargo or obstructing peace efforts. For South Sudanese civilians, who have borne the brunt of decades of conflict, the stakes remain high. The international community's renewed focus on accountability and enforcement offers a glimmer of hope, but only if it is backed by consistent action and genuine regional cooperation.
Aroy misalat dol Europe ke dol United States mat dorotin chiang ke Europe chigarait ke South Sudan right din chikanalat pan ke chang ke jandaro baro ke paidi ron kin dang ro di jandaro de dis chigarait ke chikungan lat ke South Sudan ten chikan ke kun pin right mo chikanalado and South Sudan tan dere de kapshon ga ye tege te goro no de lalat drama kan kalalet chimal dan te ka South Sudan te wicho ke chikon de lan ko bu kon lat muken kon tung ni rega tana ten chicken kalat chicken manam lara no go ja no bade Uganda manche bana iron South Sudan by jakalo jako bigolo rolien kon la de big la de chicken abulat ka South Sudan ti jan la de kan lat ko chicken bela jimala Bakan laji kor long South Sudan, kid long the Dane South Sudan, kakor, aletin, dorkel, jalo white army kinor, no more chicken alad no talk, can chicky jimala, can editioner di South Sudan, goro no baka white moon South Sudan, kabaka loirolian, ko bigaloiten, man draw the Mexican alat, chicken a quim pinbano, bane dialan chayen. Ki opposition leader in Chayen tin both ke acquire na Dr. Eb Machar. Ne tokan dial goro ba comrade Williana, tokor ka Machar comrade Willian ka, bela dialong gurga de lat bioklo lat. Talalan walat akan letter tokan lokon lat, chikaraya mo chikane chat ke jikana lat. Wadela karoine kian latan kandol Europe. Dial, ki maduro Europe tin chalro United Nations. Chigaraya mo chikan latpan world wainikian, aray kel karoin ke chikan kalatpan, ko taken ka ajendan temuan, Tisakan kakap tilat ken gangwara yamona. Kelton adan kui South Sudan chekarai ka kidalang. Kasi kana kung pininana eno batraw yilalet kumakan kalalet chimalan guru ka South Sudan chabimantwen. Gora jano banatra panakayago let. Kawadian let bimalan gur kona ka South Sudan bakulaban. Kumakan Dr. Ek machar makana ling. Teramubu mali echatok big jako kawanyam. Kajara muloro da kajala kuara ko bewargang te dial kanarwan dialan dewga nanyam bigato kaja ka kujang mukana loin jaja tala mala weteten ka South Sudan. Tongwaja kana kung pinyana chikana labono katop badenis Uganda baka yik lojok ki baka yuwich rol South Sudan ki mun South Sudan bikano yoedian ko ba malam walat etalaka ko metaka wich talo malam biteten. Traka rain di chikana kumping kasi kana lat ray raidin ko isigoray ko ki South Sudan aray rajamona. Nama jana gona de yana linke de intelligenten chilada tet mi jiramis dinu paiban gora yano bicha nalam bicha gor ko di rain tet nuneka di ukulai jileten chilada tet.